Where the fuck does it lead? Where does this race go? What's over here? It's the rooftops.
Oh. Shit.
And that's where the paint is.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
Dude.
we're there. Okay, man.
Dude, it's sick.
That's really smart.
Like, it's so cool how it does this. And now the map is like, you feel like the Fog of War connects these levels you know, right? So suddenly this overwhelming open world
it
feels
makes
smaller
sense. Yeah.
because you're already familiar with most of it.
Like you've been around the neighborhood now.
You've been around the neighborhood. You know the deal.
Because you're not bad company.
Yeah.
Good shit. Oh my god.
We're getting there.
Great level.
We are getting there.
Right. We're almost there. Where are you gonna take? Are you gonna take the new guy?
You gotta give everyone a rotation. Right? It's only fair.
Oh, near the arcade, the pinball machine.
Your limbs are wonky, your nose is weird, you're not exactly what I would call cool, but you hold a fuck ton of paint cans. And there's the man himself.
Yo,
He's here.
he's out in the street?
Have they been brainwashed? Poison Jam without the mask.
Yo.
You see the head? There's an antenna on his head.
What?
And here, so this is one of the things where, like, if you didn't know, the game tells you there's a shortcut to this area here. See the brada. So now you gotta fucking take over the brainwashed Poison Jams
Okay.
and spray them out because the
The
Rokaku
big city now?
because the Rokaku group is not just about killing the Rudies. It's about brainwashing them. And particularly weird and hilarious is when you unlock the guy Goji, like the actual fucking leader man, you can play as him, and he has his whole like, yeah, He's doing the spray painting and the skating, and it's super duper funny.
Cool. Oh, well, there they are.
Yeah, so, but you gotta get paint, right? Which again, now in these end levels, like paint is being fucking rationed, right? There's a prohibition on it. You gotta head on down to the speakeasy to get your paint.
So damn, they got brainwashed and got chased after them.
Did you ever take a crack at any sort of like basic Sharpie tagging on anything?
No, never.
Huh.
My artistic dreams were ruined by a teacher who was like, yeah, you really like this picture? C+. I'm like, what? Well, I'm not gonna draw anymore. Eat shit. Yeah, that was sad.
In art class?
Yeah, but I think it's really stupid that you would like get people to like draw something and not have like a pass-fail rating and just like give them like grades off of art. Like
Here's how much I liked
Yeah.
your.
Well, because like if you're doing technique, that's one thing. But if you're doing free art, then don't put a grading system.
I was gonna say that, like, as someone who did technical drawing, right? Like, and I went to an illustration and design program.
Yeah.
The part that you can grade is if the lesson is fucking chiaroscuro, okay? Like if the lesson is a particular style of painting or a particular tool, then you can get graded on how well you applied the airbrush technique to the canvas that we learned this week. You know, but yeah, there's a very different thought behind grading how you did something versus grading what you did.
Yeah.
You know, and part of it, like we had a big discussion about this not too long ago, but fine arts classes in some cases are meant to, like, you have to basically bullshit your justification. And if you have a good personal reason for your piece existing, you can get a passing grade.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen, and I remember being really upset by that because it didn't matter what you did as long as you had a good explanation behind it. Or if you were good at bullshitting, you know? I'm like, okay, so
Yeah, bullshitting gets you far in life.
I'm learning how to be a lawyer in the midst of art class? Got it. Okay. Right.
Oh man, they're hard to catch.
I mean, so this area involves them making trickier jumps, which, yeah, like you'll see, like one of them,
Right in his face.
like besides the usual and getting hit and all that, like they start doing tricky jumps and they end up going onto like the high spiral around the area and stuff, and it's like, oh my god, can we just get past these missions? Look at that jump up there.
Oh, nice.
And they kind of show you that you can do it too,
Okay, yeah.
right? They kind of show you that you can do it too. But it's just, look at like the camera's flickering around because I'm trying to mash that fucking spray button. Like, come on, man. 2-1.
Take that.
Also, secrets for anybody who happens to have them unlocked, but if you go to Poison Jam on the main menu and on the character select, you press down, that's how you get their maskless
Oh shit!
face.
Okay.
They're all kind of ugly. It's basically like, what if Beat just went the wrong way?
Yep. And their graffitis actually appear in the other games, like Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing.
On. No way!
Yeah, Poison Jam is in there.
Really?
Yeah, you can find their graffitis.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it's a big Sega family, man.
But like, that's referencing to like the nth degree where it's like, I don't know how many people know Jet Set Radio so well that they would recognize Poison Jam graffiti. You know? Like, unless they see the mask or like the name itself, how many people are gonna see a piece of graffiti and identify it immediately as a piece of Poison Jam? That's really inside. Deep fucking cuts. Wow. That's impressive. That's fucking impressive. I'm glad to see that like people at Sega continue to like, you know, get the references out there where they could.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that like Sega doesn't seem to want to actually, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's the thing, is maybe they were hoping with the release of this, they'd see big sales, and then they'd release Future, and when Future would do big sales on Steam, and then with both of those together, you go, all right, clearly people want to spend money on a new Jet Set Radio. Because the experimental time of Sega is kind of like, it's, you know, like, now they're doing a lot of publishing, but once upon a time, like, they had crazy shit that they would, like, you know, they'd put out Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, you know, like these weird sort of, like, new IPs where you're like, oh, this is a brand new idea with brand new characters and a brand new, like, approach. And it's cool, but, you know, like, I guess you're just kind of like, yeah, not willing to take the biggest risks on everything, you know? But that's how you gotta take risks, otherwise you don't get Katamari.
That's right. Or you can go Nintendo style and just reuse Mario for everything.
Yes, but eventually you do have to reinvent the formula, even if not the character.
Yeah.
There we go. So Mario could be Mario, but then you go Galaxy, and then you go, you know, here's a fucking cap that you can talk to, you know, and then you go, oh, okay. How are you feeling, by the way, about Hold Up?
Jet Set Radio!
Okay. How are you feeling about our current, like, feeling of going through just musical journey video games and whatnot? I'm digging it. I'm going through...
amazing.
These are my feel-good games.
But you picked some amazing games to start us off, like on this path. You know?
I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
It's really sick.
Because we're going to the top of fucking Rokaku Tower.
This is happening.
Demon Summoning Records. It's all gonna die. Don't let that vinyl run amok.
Okay, so which character are we gonna pick?
Well, I mean, look, Final Groove
Final Groove
has a lot of possibilities. The GGs have come a long way. You know, we got Combo the Boy, we've got Cube the Girl, we've got a lot of options, Reggie. You know, like look at these guys. We're gonna do great, as Lucio would say, right?
Sonic Skull.
Look at this team. This fucking solid team right here. Anybody could do it. These are the heroes that will save the world. Make no mistake about it.
But we're taking... Oh, okay.
My girl Cube. Cutie.
Oh, yeah, I thought we were gonna go for Combo.
We're going Cube.
Cube?
Cube saves the world.
Cube it. Let's go.
Yo.
Oh, look at this shit. this track.
Grace.
Watch me obliterate Tokyo with my secret weapon. DJ Play will summon up demons.
Grace.
Let's get down.
Grace and glory.
Skank Funk track.
The best enemies in Bayonetta, Gracious and Glorious. Shout outs to them. Oh man, like, I can't fucking do it, but if you drop a goddamn opera, if you drop an operatic voice on a beat, you got me. Like 9 times out of 10, you got me. You know? And then you just add a little bit of funk, a little bit of a breakdown, a little bit of a scream.
You got this.
And then the giant fucking rhino.
You know, you just mentioned Bayonetta.
Yes,
you know?
I'm kind of in the middle of a boss fight, but go on.
It's okay, I got
I'm
this.
tagging my name
got this.
on a flame-breathing rhino.
Don't
Can I
fall.
make it back? I'll be okay.
Like,
Oh, made it.
the chief producer on Bayonetta was actually part of the Sega team as well back in the days.
Of this team?
He was not this team, but he was the head of Amusement Vision, who was also a Sega division who spawned like Monkey Ball and Super Monkey Ball.
And you're not talking about the Platinum people. You're talking about Sega.
Sega, yeah.
Yes, okay.
And this guy is Toshihiro Nagoshi, and he was at AM2. He was the chief creative officer. He helped do some stages for Virtua Fighter 2 and 3.
Cool.
And he helped with the completion of Shenmue.
Oh, okay.
And after that, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a game. It's gonna be Yakuza. It's gonna be amazing. He is the Yakuza god. And he's the guy that was like, I want
Is he the
you,
guy that's all
I
leathery
want you.
skinned?
Yeah, he looks like he's another dark nigga.
Yeah.
He's another Japanese nigga.
Yeah. I seen him. And like everyone in the actual Yakuza knows him, and they're like, yeah, okay, you're all right. We trust you. Like he became a Yakuza type guy,
Pretty much.
from playing and from making these games. Yes, gotcha. I know what you're talking
He's
about.
the guy that was like, I
didn't
want
know-
the game to be like that. It's his creation, his presentation, his writing.
I didn't know that he was involved with Bayo.
Yeah,
That's
chief
interesting.
producer.
Although I mean, like I give Platinum all the fucking glory on
Yeah.
Bayonetta. Like,
Pretty solid.
but Sega was the publisher. They were.
And yeah, just to say like how
shit.
skilled they were.
Yeah,
He helped with F-Zero Arcade and F-Zero GameCube.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
GX and AX.
Yeah, and it was so good.
Fuck.
And Nintendo came back to him because he wanted to help Nintendo. And Nintendo was like, how did you do this? How did your team do this? Because you had very little money, you had a short time frame, and you made something that actually we don't understand how you did it. Like, we can't replicate it. And the guy was just like, hold that. No, I'm fucking Nagoshi. That's how it is.
And he crip walked out of the room.
Trip out of the room, Yakuza style. Yo.
Ah, shit.
So again, another
fucking
link to
yak.
geniuses
The yak.
with Jet Set Radio.
That's pretty sick. This level is just literally
That's nuts.
giant record, and Goji, the AKA fucking Shido from Persona, is just using the Rudy methods, right? If you can't beat him, join him. He's DJing, DJ Play, right? In the cutscene, he calls himself DJ Play, and he is scratching on the ones and twos to try and take you out, while a giant robot golden rhino is breathing fire, and you fuck it up by painting your graffiti
Wow.
and intimidating it, I suppose. It can't handle the fact that you don't care about his fire,
Always spinning.
because yeah, your name is too fucking sick. Your name is fire at this point, and now you just gotta grind up into the circle and end it. And look at him spinning. You're spinning, nigga, spinning.
We're getting there.
Riding on
What
chrome.
a concept.
Yeah. So you gotta break the record down to the point you get in the middle. Fuck, I fucked it up. And he's still scratching. The world is ending. Everything's
Can't stop.
happening. There's a
Won't stop.
temporal portal in the sky. The rude boys and the rude gals are taking over the city. Your attempt to summon a demon is not happening. But I sprayed the reboot logo on your head, bitch! And now you die! He can't believe it. He's so shook that I sprayed his head that he drops off the fucking building, Reggie.
Yo, Grace and Glory. Shout out to the CC Music Factory.
Yes. Oh, really? That's sampled in there? Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yo, we did it.
Grace and Glory is, that's on the pedestal. That's top 3 for me. That's top 3. Oh. What about Coin?
Oh, man, Rip.
The successor. You see that fucking hint right there? You see that fucking hint? Coin paid the price.
He didn't know how to deal with people.
Yeah. Real niggas, you can't buy that. Yeah. Priceless.
Loyalty.
That's right.
Street hustling.
Money is the root of all evil.
But money is the root of all evil. But cash rules everything around me, though.
Get the money.
Right? Like, street contradictions.
Necessary evil.
Street contradictions. It happens. Guess what? The demon was bullshit.
What?
It was just a record.
What?
He died in vain, spinning a stupid record that meant nothing with a piece of a demon art on it.
Crazy DJ.
And you spray painted his head to be like, "What up, fool?" And he went, "No!"
Yo, look at the tag.
Oh, yeah.
Your walls, Woolie. Your walls.
That's my house. That's my Tokyo Toe.
Yes. Shibuya, Bentencho, and Koganicho.
Yeah, and now we get to see her doing her thing.
And the ending.
Oh my god. Whew, so that's it, man. Like, that's it. And like, I'm not gonna pretend that's not a ton of practice. Like, Reggie, when I first fucking came back to this, here's the thing. I wanted to LP this myself years ago, right? And when I came back to it, I was like, "Oh boy!" And then I went and then I put it down and I forgot about it. And then like 2 years later, I picked it up and I went, "Oh yeah, why didn't I get around to that again?" And then I picked it up and again I went, "Oh boy!"
Oh, that's why.
Right? And then I left it alone. And then now, all these years later, the third time around, I was like, "Shit, yes." Okay, so let me just get this down, you know? So I fucking...
Naganuma!
Shout outs, skate funk. I played a bunch and got to memorize, and you know, I mean, even back in the day when I played this back on Dreamcast, like I was playing it like bits and pieces, you know, and whatnot. But like, no, I really went through to try and memorize it, do this in one sitting, because it's doable in one sitting. You know, it says about 6 hours, but that's based on retries of like trial and error, right? But I would say that like you can do it in a clean 3 if you just don't fuck up.
Great job.
Oh, the way this song ends is so great because you get the crowd cheering and everyone's like, "Yay, you did it!" It's so good. Eric Hayes, Edge, Uecho, Enes, Higuchan, all the graffiti artists.
And you know, like how they changed the name Jet Grind Radio?
Yep.
There's a lot of instances where you hear and see Jet Set Radio still in the game.
Yes, in the original, you hear him say Jet Set Radio, even though it's grind. Yeah.
And they modified basically only the title screen and the credits
and the logo. Yeah. Right. It was really
else was left.
It was some last minute bullshit, you know. But dude, like you fucking brought the data. You brought the data. That's so sick. I didn't know all that. That was really cool to hear about, like how this was a special time. It wasn't just a special game. It was a special game because there was a special team behind it. Yep. And it was a moment in history for Sega that was really important and formative. And like, that's part of why we're such, like, it has such a cult following of people that fucking, like I'm like, you're designing your life aesthetic after like this type of style. You know what I mean? Like, I absolutely feel others out there relate to it. I know Two Mellow's one of them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we just saw this, we heard this, and it just became like, oh, this is me now. You made a part of me. Yeah. I didn't know, become a part of me, like Seth.
Or was it always in you? Was it always in you?
Maybe. respect that shit, homie.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, dude, like, no, that was really cool to catch that data because, like, I feel as if, like, while, like, every time, like, in this and in Katamari, it's like, with music this good, there has to be a story.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And there's
anytime
heart.
you play a game with music this fucking strong, there's a story behind it, and there's something worth learning. And I feel like I have a deeper appreciation for this entire fucking soundtrack, for Hideki Naganuma,
Yeah.
and everyone else that helped. Diavid Soul, BB Wrights, Castle Logical,
Mix Master Mike,
Idle
was on
Taxi,
there.
all of them.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing the final graffiti you unlock, right?
It was fun. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no,
Smile bit.
this is me, man. This is part of my heart right here, and I'm fucking. This is a special place, jank and all. The jank frustrated me, but hey,
Sure, okay. But watch out. Someone just might have their sights on Shibuya Cho again.
Nope.
On the street, there's no such thing as...
someone might dye their hair white and become a lot weirder with their character design. I like his character design here way more than I do in Future, but nonetheless, it's okay. That's what it be.
Yep.
That's what it be.
That was great.